Have you ever driven late at night when the road feels endless? The headlights barely cut through the darkness. The silence presses heavier than your own thoughts. Ethan knew that feeling all too well. It was midnight when he left the city after a long business trip. Too tired to deal with heavy traffic, he chose Highway 47, a route known for being fast, empty, and whispered about in local legends. The woods on either side loomed like dark giants, their branches clawing at the night sky. No cars passed. His radio gave nothing but static. The world outside his headlights felt like it didn't exist. Fatigue weighed on him. He cracked the window, blasted the AC, but the silence only grew heavier. And then, he saw her. At first, just a faint figure on the roadside. As his car drew closer, the image sharpened, a young woman standing completely still. She wore a pale white dress, tattered and dragging against the dirt. Her long black hair veiled half her face. Slowly, she raised her thumb in the universal gesture of a hitchhiker. Ethan's instincts screamed at him to keep driving. Something pulled him to stop. Against his better judgment, he hit the brakes. The passenger door creaked open. Without a word, she stepped inside. The air shifted instantly. A faint scent of lavender filled the cabin. When Ethan asked where she was headed, her reply was barely a whisper. Home. She didn't explain further. She only sat there, rigid, eyes glassy and unfocused, her pale hands folded neatly in her lap. Minutes dragged by in suffocating silence. Then, her voice cut through the hum of the tires. She told him to slow down. Ethan frowned. The road ahead looked perfectly straight. But moments later, his headlights revealed a sharp, hidden curve. He swerved violently, the tires screeching as the car barely stayed on the road. His chest pounded with terror. Yet when he looked at her, she remained calm, staring straight ahead as though nothing had happened. The radio shrieked with static when he tried to distract himself, forcing him to turn it off. Then he heard it, breathing, heavy, ragged, coming from the back seat. His eyes darted to the mirror, but the darkness revealed nothing. The lavender scent grew stronger. Finally, after what felt like an eternity, the woman lifted her hand and pointed toward a narrow dirt road. At the end stood an old, decaying house. Its porch light flickered weakly, tall grass choking the yard. Relieved to finally drop her off, Ethan stopped the car. But when he turned to the passenger seat, she was gone. Heart racing, he staggered out and knocked on the door. An elderly woman appeared, her face lined with grief. When Ethan explained that he had just given a young woman a ride, her expression broke. Tears welled in her eyes as she whispered that her daughter had died on that very road 3 years ago, killed by a drunk driver at the exact curve Ethan had nearly missed. Shaken to his core, Ethan stumbled back to his car. But before he sped away, something caught his eye. In the passenger side window, a fresh handprint, damp, clear, as though she had only just been there. Ethan never drove Highway 47 again, but the haunting didn't end. Even weeks later, whenever he drove alone at night, the lavender scent sometimes returned. And in his rearview mirror, he swore he could see her, silent, watching. That was the story of the hitchhiker of Highway 47. Was she a restless spirit, warning travelers of danger? Or something darker, forever searching for a companion to ride with her in the night? So if you ever find yourself driving past midnight on a lonely road, take one last look at your passenger seat. Because sometimes it isn't as empty as you think.